Hello friends, welcome back to iExamB. This is Vidhika and today I have come with part 3 of the important MCQ series. We will discuss questions from Negotiable Instrument Act 1881. It is a very important topic from the exam point of view. If you look at the previous year papers of IBPS SO Law and RRB Scale 2 Law Officer exam, you will able to find near about 4 to 5 questions from this section only, from Negotiable Instrument Act only. So you can see how important this is. If you look at RBI Grade B legal paper, in that exam also there were 3 questions in the descriptive section of 30 marks and there was 1 question in the objective section of 2 marks. So you can see again this is very important. This section is also present in FCI AGM accounts. So you need to prepare this act very thoroughly when you are appearing from any of these exams. So let's begin with our first question. Which of the following instrument signed by the maker is a promissory note? Option A, Mr. B, I owe you rupees 1000. Mr. B, I will pay you rupees 1000 after my marriage. Option C, Mr. B, I will pay you money on demand. Option D, Mr. B, I will pay you rupees 1000 on demand. And option E is none of the above. So if you closely look at the options, you will be able to see that only one option is correct, and that is option D. Why? Let's understand first of all the definition of the promissory note. A promissory note is an instrument in writing, not being a bank note or a currency note, containing an unconditional undertaking signed by the maker to pay a certain sum of money only to or to the order of a certain person or to the bearer of the instrument. So we have 3 conditions. To make a promissory note, there should be an unconditional undertaking, there should be a certain sum involved, and payable only to or to the order of a certain person or to the bearer of instrument. So if you closely look at option A, it says, Mr. B, I owe you rupees 1000. It is an acknowledgement of debt, but it is not an undertaking to pay. So this is a wrong option. Option B has a condition involved after my marriage, and hence this is again wrong. In option C, no amount is specified. So again option C is wrong, and when you look at option D, it fulfills all the criteria and hence option D is correct. Moving on to our next question. Under section 138 of the Negotiable Instrument Act, territorial jurisdiction does not arise on the following places. Option A, where the payee maintains account in a bank. Option B, in the local limit where the check is presented in the bank. Option C, where the check is disowned by the bank. Option D, from where the notice to pay the amount is issued. And option E, territorial jurisdiction arises from all the places above. The question clearly asks for the place where territorial jurisdiction does not arise, and the answer is option D, from where the notice to pay the amount is issued. The other options clearly justify the section 142 of the Negotiable Instrument Act, which says the offence under section 138 shall be inquired into and tried only by a court within whose local jurisdiction, if the check is delivered for collection through an account, either the branch of the bank where the payee or the holder has his account, and option B, if the check is presented for other than an account, the branch of the drawee bank where the drawer maintains the account is situated. So option D is not mentioned. There is no mention of notice to pay the amount, and hence the correct answer over here is option D. Moving to question 3. If the endorser signs his name and adds a direction to pay the amount mentioned in the instrument to a specified person, the endorsement is said to be endorsement in blank, partial endorsement, endorsement in full, specific endorsement, or none of the above. The correct answer is endorsement in full. It has clearly been mentioned in section 16 of the Negotiable Instrument Act, which talks about endorsement in blank and in full. If the endorsant signs his name only, the endorsement is said to be in blank. And if he adds a direction to pay the amount mentioned in the instrument, to or to the order of a specified person, the endorsement is said to be in full. So along with the sign, if there is a direction mentioned, it is called an endorsement in full. And then we have two persons, endorser and endorsee. Endorser is the person who has signed. Endorsee is the person whose name is specified in the sign, in that endorsement. Question 4 is a complaint against an offense under section 138 of the Negotiable Instrument Act must be in writing. It may be in oral or in writing. It must be in writing followed by an affidavit. It may be oral statement before notary, or none of the above. The correct answer here is option A, must be in writing. Section 142 of the Negotiable Instrument Act specifies certain conditions under which a complaint can be made under section 138. It says that no court shall take cognizance of an offense punishable under section 138 except upon a complaint in writing. So we should have a complaint in writing made by the payee, or as the case may be, by the holder in due course of the check. Such complaint shall be made within 1 month of the date of the cause of action arise. So within a month, the complaint should be made in writing. Question number 5 is, which of the following is not a negotiable instrument? This is the very basic definition which is mentioned in the Act. Negotiable instrument includes 3 types of instruments, and which one of the following is not included? It is hundies. Pronote, option B, pronote here means promissory note. According to Negotiable Instrument Act, promissory note, check, bill of exchange are negotiable instrument. Moving to question number 6, which of the following is true about a bank draft? It is a promissory note. It is not a negotiable instrument. It is similar to a check. It is a bill of exchange. The correct answer here is it is similar to a check. A bank draft is considered similar to a check. This is clearly mentioned in section 131A. It says application of chapter to drafts. The provision of this chapter shall apply to any draft as defined in section 85A as if the draft were a check. So it clearly says that such provisions will apply as if the draft were a check. So it is similar to a check. Question number 7. When a promissory note or bill of exchange has been dishonored by non-acceptance or non-payment, the holder may cause such dishonor to be noted by a notary public and certified thereupon. This certificate is called. The correct answer is protest. This is clearly mentioned. The entire question is a definition picked up from section 100 of Negotiable Instrument Act, which is called protest. So such certificate, such dishonor being noted by the notary public and issuing a certificate, that certificate is called protest. Moving to question 8, the Negotiable Instrument Amendment Bill 2017 inserted a provision allowing a court trying an offense related to check bouncing to direct the drawer to pay interim compensation to the complainant. The interim compensation will not exceed % of the check amount. So this was a new section that was inserted in 2017, and the maximum interim compensation is 20%. This is clearly mentioned in section 143A, which was inserted by this amendment. Section 143A allows a court trying an offense related to check bouncing to direct the drawer to pay interim compensation, and this interim compensation shall not exceed 20% of the check amount and will have to be paid by the drawer within 60 days of the trial court's order to pay such compensation. Question number 9 is, the offense of dishonor of the check excludes. So which of the following is excluded from the offense of dishonor of check? Strict liability, absolute liability, mens rea. So we all know in a crime there should be an involvement of actus rea and mens rea. That means guilty action and guilty mind, guilty intention. These are the two elements which are required in order to convict a person in a crime. But the offense of dishonor of the check excludes certain terms, and the correct answer is option C. It does not include the element of mens rea. So a guilty intention, a guilty mind has been excluded, thus giving a very strict liability or absolute liability In the case of dishonor of checks, this was clearly mentioned in a very important case law in Mayuri Pulse Mills and others versus Union of India and others. The High Court of Bombay had said that the element of mens rea is not a necessary element to constitute a crime under Section 138 of the Negotiable Instrument Act. The court under the case pronounced that in some cases it is not necessary for the element of mens rea to be present in the commission of crime. In such situations, the legislature can impose either strict or absolute liability on the offender of the crime. So why is mens rea not included? Think it that way. Suppose a check is dishonored and the holder of the account later on takes up a defense that I did not know that there was a lack of fund in my account, or that the check could be dishonored, that it was not intentional. So this will increase the litigation in the courts. Moving on to our last question in this video, where a check is crossed specially to more than one banker except when crossed to an agent for the purpose of collection. Option A, the banker on whom it is drawn shall pay to the last mentioned banker. Option B, the banker on whom it is drawn shall pay equally to all the bankers mentioned. Option C, the banker to whom it is drawn shall refuse payment. Option D, the banker on whom it is drawn shall pay to any one of the mentioned banker. Option E, none of the above. So if there are more than one banks mentioned in the crossing on the check, which of the following option is correct? The correct answer is option C. The banker to whom it is drawn shall refuse the payment. If you look at the explanation, section 127 of the Negotiable Instrument Act clearly specifies this situation. It says that payment of a check crossed specially more than once. Where a check is crossed specially to more than one banker, there is an exception except when crossed to an agent for the purpose of collection. The banker on whom it is drawn shall refuse the payment thereof. So these are some of the very important questions from negotiable instrument. There are many more questions that can be framed from this act which are very important from the exam point of view. Please do read the act thoroughly and attempt as many questions as you can. iExamB offers you two types of IBPS courses: IBPS RRB SO Scale to Law Officer online course. Here we provide you study notes, video lessons, full length practice tests. So you have a lot of practice tests, chapter test included. So when you will study Negotiable Instrument Act, you will find a chapter test which will help you know how much you have gained. There are live doubt clarifying classes. We have expert faculty for each subject, and then we provide you interview guidance from experts. Similarly, we have IBPS SO Law Officer online course in which we again provide you all these specific things. If you want to know more about any of the courses, you can reach out to us at this number mentioned on the screen. I'll also like to introduce RBI Legal Officer Grade B online course, which has both the descriptive and the objective part. In iExamB, we provide you detailed mock tests on both the patterns, on both objective and descriptive, and then we give you comprehensive feedbacks and answer marking on your descriptive paper. We provide you study notes. Then again, there are doubt clarifying classes for both legal and descriptive English, personalized feedback, preparation strategy, and interview guidance from experts. If you are interested in any of the course, you can reach out to us at iexamb.com or the number which I have previously mentioned on the screen. To stay updated with the information on all the exams, on all government exams coming up, do subscribe to our iExamB channel and click the bell icon so that you are able to get an alert whenever we are uploading a new video in our MCQ series or any relevant information. Thank you.